Okay, today we are going to read a book, and it reminds me of when I was a little girl, and I used to go outside at night, and I would look for something. It would fly around, and it would light up the sky or the area around me. What do you think I'm talking about?
Lightning bug.
A lightning bug. Have you ever tried to catch lightning bugs?
No.
Raise your hand if you've ever tried to catch lightning bugs. Yeah, they're really cool. They're fly and they come out at night in the summertime when it's warm outside, and they light up, right? And then they'll go quiet again, and then they'll light up and they'll keep flying around, right? Okay, you can put your hands down. Well, today I'm going to read this book, and it's called 10 Flashing Fireflies. And it is by Philmon Sturgis and illustrated by Anna Wojtek. Who remembers if it says by? What do we call that person? What do we call that person? The
Bee catcher.
Well, not a bee catcher. If they wrote a book, what do we call them? What do we call them?
Illustrator.
Not the illustrator. The
Author.
So the author takes their thoughts. Remember when we're writers, we take our thoughts out of our head and we put them on paper if we draw pictures or words. So they're the author. But what do we call the picture who's going to draw these beautiful illustrations? What do we call them? The illustrator. The illustrator. So we're going to look at these pictures in this book. They're very pretty. Okay. So this book was called How Many Flashing Fireflies? What number did I say? 10. So we're going to have 10 flashlights, okay? So we're going to listen to the story because the story is going to tell us what to do with our flashlights, okay? So I'm going to go to the next page. That's our title page. That tells us our title again. And then our first page. Okay, now listen very carefully. Are you ready?
Yeah.
10. What do you see in the summer night? 10 flashing fireflies burning bright. Catch the one twinkling there like a star. So how many fireflies do we need on this page? 10. So everyone turn your flashlight on. Good job. Okay, good job. So we have 10 fireflies. Look at that. Does that kind of remind you of what I was talking about, the night sky?
Yeah.
With the fireflies on
Yeah.
it? Yeah. So let's listen to this story so we can think about what might happen. What do you think might happen?
There might be more. They'll catch some.
Okay, you think we might catch some more fireflies? And you think there's going to be more fireflies?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. I like more fireflies, but everybody leave their flashlight on. And then we're going to listen to this story because I think you're very quickly going to be able to figure out what this story is about and what we're going to do. One flashing firefly in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? So if one's in the jar, is it in the summer sky anymore?
No.
So if we had 10 in the sky and now one is in the jar, what should we do?
Turn it off.
Turn one off. Go ahead, turn yours off. So if we had 10 fireflies in the sky, but it's not in the sky anymore, what did we do? When he turned his flashlight off, what did we do? We did take away. Yes, because you're brave. And when we take away, who remembers what that's called? Minusing or subtraction. Good. We did minus. We took away. And we call that subtraction. Very good. All right. Now let's see what happens next. Are you ready?
Yeah.
9 flashing fireflies burning bright. Capture another one. Now there are 8. So if we captured another one, what should you do to your flashlight? Okay, we took it away. So now they're even if they're in the jar, they're still on, right? But we're using this to remember how many are in the sky. So if we had 10 fireflies, how many do we have in our jar now?
10.
How many's in our jar?
2.
So if we had 10 and we took away 2, how many do we have left? 8. We have 8 more people with their flashlights on. So this one says 2 flashing fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? 8 twinkling fireflies blinking bright. Let's catch another one. So we're going to catch you. We're going to catch you now. You're in our jar. How many are in the jar?
7.
Wait, how many are in the jar? 3 are in the jar. How many are still on? 7, because we know if we have 3, a partner for 10 and to make a partner for 3 to make 10 is what? 7. Good. So 3 plus 7 make 10. So we always have our 10 fireflies, just some are in the sky and you guys are in the jar, right?
Yeah.
All right, so turn yours off. You're in the jar now. All right, so it says 3 twinkling fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the summer night? How many? 7 bright fireflies. What a sight. Catch the one by the bush. So let's catch him. We're catching you. Catching you. You're turning off. Now there's 6 in the sky. How many in the jar? 4. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fireflies. So it says 4 flickering fireflies in our jar. What do we see in a summer night? 6 sparkling fireflies blinking bright. Catch the one high.
Got it.
We caught you. Turn you off. You're in the jar. How many?
5.
How many are in the jar?
4.
5. How many are not in a jar?
0.
Wait, you guys are in the
7.
4, 5. Put your lights up so they know. So we have 5 in the jar and 5 in the sky, and that's a partner of 10. Good job. Kiss your brain. Now there are 5 fiery fireflies in our jar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the jar, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the sky. What do we see in the summer night? 5 fiery fireflies flashing bright. Get the one way up there. Get him. Now there's 4 in the sky. And how many do we have in the? We got you. 6. So turn yours off. You're in the jar now. So let's count how many are in the jar. Count with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if we have 6 in the jar, what's a partner of 10? To make 10. 3 and 6.
4
and 6. Remember, if I have 6, how many more do I need to make 10? 6. Put 6 in your brain. 7, 8, 9, 10. How many? 4. Very good. 5 and 5 does make 10. Are we ready? What do we see in the summer night? 4 flickering fireflies flashing light. We've caught another one. Now there are 3. So 3 are turned on. So we have 3 in the sky. How many in the jar? 7. All right, turn off. You're in the jar now. 7 bright fireflies in our jar. What do we see in the starry night? 3 twinkling fireflies glowing light. I've caught another one. Catch it. We caught you. Turn it off. How many do we have in the jar now? 2 and 8 in the jar. 2 in the sky. So you guys are still flying around out there. I like it. Keep flying. What do we see in this dark blue night? 2 flashing fireflies, golden light. We've caught another one. Catch you. Oh, you're in the jar now. Now there are, how many do we have in the jar? We have 1 in the sky. How many are in the jar? 9. Oh, 9. Yes, 9. 9 flashing fireflies in our jar. What do we see in this dark, dark night? 1 flashing firefly, lonely light. How do you you think that this firefly is feeling when all of his friends are in the jar and he's out here? Do you think he's a little bit sad? Or do you think he's happy that he's not in the jar yet? You think he's sad because he wants to be with all of his friends and they're all down here in the jar.
Yeah, but he's also happy that he's not in the jar.
He could be. He could be happy because he's not in the jar, or he could be happy because, or sad that he's not with his friends because he's still flying around.
He's bound to be in there with them.
So what do we see in this dark, dark night? One flashing firefly's lonely light. So some people said he might feel happy because he's not in the jar, and some people said that he might feel sad because his friends are in the jar and he's not. So the book says lonely. If you hear the word lonely, would that make you think that the firefly is happy, or do you think that he is sad? Sad. Lonely is something that makes us feel sad, because if we are lonely, are we with other people? No. Or in this case, other fireflies? No. So he is going to be sad because he is lonely. But I'm glad we caught it. So me, the little boy that's telling the story, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad we caught it. For now there are...
Zero.
There's 0 in the sky, but he's happy because how many are in the jar? 10. So we made it all the way to 10. 10 flashing fireflies in our jar. Let's go to bed by the jar's bright light. Pull up the covers and say good night. What are they using their fireflies for? Or we call them lightning bugs. Light by their bed. Raise your hand if you like to sleep with a little bit of light or a night light or something on, so that it's not.
I have my Christmas tree on and my night light behind. Well, I have one now. I have a light. I have a light like you can turn on and off.
Yeah, so they caught these fireflies so that they could put them in the jar, and they're putting them by their bed because it says, pull up the covers and say good night. Watch them all carefully. Look, they are blinking so slowly in the jar. So if it's nighttime and they're blinking slowly, what do we think happened? They're going night-night too. Yeah, they're going to sleep. So I say that their bodies don't flash when they're sleeping. So the book says that blinking so slowly in our jar. So they're slowing. So normally if we're slowing down, we're kind of winding down for the day, right? Do you kind of slow down and have a routine at bedtime where you're not like do anymore, right? You're slowing down. So they're slowing down in the jar. Open the jar, for it's much more fun watching them fly away. You're all free. Turn your lights back on.
Yay!
Watching them fly away one by one. Listen. 3, 2, 1. Listen, let's finish this book. We're so close. Fly out the window and watch goodbye. Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly, firefly. All right, so here's what it wants us to do. The book is counting down. So let's count down. Can you start at 10 with me? And let's count down. Ready?
Yeah.
10. Oh, wait a second. We're starting at 10. So we're going to start way up here at 10. And we're going to count down. Ready? 10.
9.
Good.
8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Good. Dash away. Flash away. Now there are 0. So they're all flashed away. So this time is what I want you to do is we're going to start right here, and you're going to be number 10. And when we count down, I want you to turn off as we go. Ready? So ready? 10. Turn it off. 10. Count with me. 9, 8, 7, 6. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And now that's what we're showing, the page that said dash away, flash away. Now there are none. And then we have this sweet little dog right here who is kind of out there with a couple maybe stars or maybe fireflies at the end. So before we finish, we are going to count down one more time. And then we're going to talk about the ending of this book, okay? So let's count down one more time. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
Good. So what do we think happened at the end of the book? Or what do we know happened at the end of the book? Raise your hand if you want to tell me what happened.
The little dog.
There was a little dog, but right before that, there were... Oh, you got it. I can see it. What is it?
The bugs went away.
Yeah, so they opened them up because they said it's more fun that way. So rather than having them, even though it was really cool that they were in their room and they had them as a nightlight, they said it's more fun that way. So they opened it back up, and then they all they all flew away, and they were probably... What do you think now? Now, how do you think that the fireflies were feeling now that they got released? Yes. Good job, guys. That was a really good book.
Can I take this home?